So, good day. For this recording, we will tackle exponents and radicals. Okay, so let's have exponents or powers in general. So when you say powers, they are used to describe the result of repeatedly multiplying a number by itself. So yung expression na to, a raised to n, this is uh, power, no? Yung buong expression na yan, that is power. So a here is your base. So yung base, this is the number that is successively multiplied by itself. And then n here is the exponent, which is it is a small raised number that follows the base. So this one, yung exponent na to, it indicates the number of times the base is to be multiplied. So n here, or the exponent, is any positive integer. So let's say you have 2 raised to 5. So this is basically equal to 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. So you have to multiply 2 5 times by itself. Then for the properties of exponents or laws of exponents or rules of power, no? So we have the following. So for the first property, this is the product of powers. So if you have a multiplication here, basically. So when multiplying powers with the same base, so they have the same base. So what you do to their exponents is you add them. So like this, you have x squared times x cubed. So they have the same base, which is x. So copy the base, add the exponent. So copy the base x, then add the exponent, that is 2 plus 3. So it becomes 5. So the next property is quotient. So quotient of powers, no? Or division siya. So when dividing powers with the same base, you just have to subtract their exponents. So in this example, you have x plus 2 as the base. So what you're going to do is you have to copy the base, subtract the exponent. So copy the base, that is x plus 2, subtracting the exponents. So 7 minus 2, that becomes 5. Then for the next property, we have power of a power, or power of power. So, pag ganito yung format niya, so this is power of a power. So, sa ganitong instances, you just have to multiply their exponents. So, if you have 5 raised to 2, then naka-raise pa siya sa 3. So, you just have to multiply their exponents. So, multiplying, you have 2 times 3. So, this expression becomes 5 raised to 6. So, the next one is power of a product. So, if ganito yung format ng expression, this is power of a product. So, what you can do here is you can distribute the power to the factors inside. So, if you have the quantity x, y, z raised to 2, so you can distribute yung exponent na 2 sa lahat ng factors. So, it becomes x squared, y squared, and z squared. Next one is power of a quotient. So, ito parang same lang ng power of a product. So, you just have to distribute the exponent sa numerator and denominator. So, for example, you have 2 over x raised to 4. So, distribute lang yung exponent. So, it becomes 2 raised to 4 and then x raised to 4. So, simplifying this one, 2 raised to 4 is 16. then x raised to 4. Then this one is a rational exponent, no? So the denominator of this fraction exponents here will serve as your index of the radical. And then yung numerator niya, it will serve as the exponent of the radicand. Or siya basically yung exponent nung nasa loob nung radical symbol. So let's say you have 4x raised to 5 over 3. So that is equivalent to the cube root of 4x raised to 5 or quantity 4x raised to 5. So yung denominator, it became your index. And then yung numerator, siya yung exponent nung expression sa loob ng radical symbol. Then we have here the negative exponent. So if you see something like this, naka-negative yung exponent niya, pwede mo siyang i-move sa opposite side ng fraction. So you have here, let's say a raised to negative m. So pwede siyang 1 over a raised to m. Then if meron ka namang, let's say, 1 over a raised to negative m, so this is basically equal to a raised to m. So you just have to put it sa opposite side ng fraction. So like this one, you have y raised to negative 5. So this is equivalent to 1 over y raised to 5. Then of course, we have the zero exponent here. So any non-zero number raised to 0 is equal to 1. So non-zero number dapat . So yung a dito, it cannot be equal to 0. So for example, you have the quantity x squared plus y squared raised to 0. This is equal to 1 lang. So kahit gaano pa kalaki yung number mo, even if umabot ka pa ng trillion, as long as it is raised to 0, equal pa rin siya sa 1. Okay. Next one, we have the radicals. So a radical refers to the symbol that indicates a root symbolized by this symbol. So yung radical, ito yung mismong expression. So for example, sa expression na to, you have nth root of a. So yung n dito, we call it the index. So this is basically the small number written just outside the radical symbol. And then a here, yung nasa loob ng radical symbol, we call it the radicand. So this is actually the value that you are finding the root of. Then collectively, yung buong expression na to, it is known as the radical. Okay, so let's say you have the square root of 128. So paano natin to isi-simplify? So for this one, since naka-square root siya, so if you don't see any number outside the radical symbol, no, automatically square root to. So square root, sorry. So pag wala siyang number outside the radical symbol, that's a square root. So to simplify this one, since 128 is not a perfect square, so hindi natin siya basta-bastang masisimplify, what we can do is that we have to think of the factors of 128 such that yung isang factor niya is a perfect square. Or basically, you just have to think of the highest perfect square factor ng 128. So for example, 64 and 2. So 64 times 2 is 128. So 64 is a perfect square. So yung 64 na to, it can also be written as 8 square or 8 times 8. Okay. So taking the square root of 8 square or 8 times 8 or 64. So square root niya is 8. So yung portion na to, you take it outside the square root symbol. So it becomes 8 square root of 2. Then for example, cube root naman. So let's say you have the cube root of 108. So same sa square root, since 108 is not a perfect cube, isip ka ng perfect cube na factor ni 108. So for example, 27 and 4. So 27 is a perfect cube. So that is 3 raised to 3 or 3 times 3 times 3. Since cube root tayo, so this is a group of 3, no? So take it outside the radical symbol. So it becomes 3, then cube root of 4. So syempre, yung matitira sa loob, yun yung parang leftover value. So you cannot take it outside the radical symbol. So next example, we have the square root of 8x squared, then y raised to 5. So expand natin siya. So si 8, this is not a perfect square, pero yung perfect square factor niya is 4 and 2. 4 times 2. Si 4, pwede pa siyang 2 times 2, no? So that's times 2. So dito yun galing. So that is 8, no? 2 times 2 times 2. And then x squared, that is x times x. Then y raised to 5, that is y times y times y times y times y. So since naka-square root tayo, group natin yung pwedeng i-group by 2. So for example, you have 2 and 2 here. You have x and x, y and y, another y and y. So meron ka pang natira sa loob na isang 2 and then isang y. So yung mga to, hindi mo na pwedeng ilabas sila sa radical symbol. So for 2 and 2, we can take it outside the symbol. So it becomes 2. Then yung x and x, square root nito is x. Y and y, square root niya is y. And then another y. That's why we have y square here. So square root ng 2 and 2, that is 2. Square root ng x and x, that is x. Square root ng y and y, that is y. Then square root ng y and y, that is y as well. So we have here 2 times x times y square. Then yung leftover factors natin, we have 2 and y. So magre-retain sila inside the radical symbol. Then we also have properties of radicals, which is hindi naman nalalayo yung concept sa laws of exponents, no? For example, sa first property natin, so isa to dun sa property ng exponents, yung rational exponent, something na property. So, for this one, so a fractional exponent means a root. So, yung denominator mo is again yung index. And then yung numerator mo would be the exponent nung value mo inside the radical symbol. So this is the same example we used earlier sa laws of exponents. And then ito naman, we have power under a radical. So you can either raise first, then take the root, or take mo muna yung root before mo siya i-raise sa kanyang exponent. So for example, you have the cube root of 3, cube root of 8 square. So pwede mong ilabas yung exponent ng 8 outside the symbol. Then put a bracket or quantity. So simplifying this one, cube root ng 8, that is 2. And then raised to 2, that is 4. Or pwede namang isimplify mo muna tong nasa loob. So 8 squared is 64, no? So cube root ng 64 is 4 as well. So for the third property, it's like the product property, no? So when multiplying radicals with the same index, you have to multiply what's inside. So for example, you have cube root of 5. and then cube root of 675. So pareho silang cube root. So you can multiply the radicand. So 5 times 675. Then simplifying this one, you'll have 15. Then we also have the quotient property. So when dividing radicals with the same index, you have to divide what's inside as well, provided that the denominator is not equal to 0. So for example, you have the cube root of 50 over the cube root of uh, 10. So dividing what's inside, that is 50 over 10, or basically 5. So yung final answer mo nun is cube root of 5. So next property is radical of a radical. So parang power of a power, no? So radical, nasa loob pa ng isang radical. So dito yung kailangan mo lang gawin, just have to multiply the indices. So itong dalawang to. Parang sa power of a power, ganun din. Multiplying exponents lang. Dito naman, multiplying the indices. So for example, you have the fourth root of 15. So inside the cube root, or the cube root of the fourth root of 15, no? So multiplying their indices, you have 12 root of 15. So for the next property, we have root and power cancel. So the root and the exponent are opposites. So they cancel. Kasi basically, yung exponent mo dito magiging equal to 1. So let's say you have the fifth root of 2x, then quantity raised to 5. So this is just the same as 2x. Kasi, let's say, fifth root yan. So, kung gagawin natin siyang fraction, that is 5 over 5. This is quantity 2x raised to 5 over 5. So, index is your denominator. And then yung exponent dito would be your numerator. So 5 over 5 is basically equal to 1. So for the next property, we have the even root of an even power. So for even roots, the answer must be positive. So ginagamit natin yung absolute value. So kapag kasi even yung exponent mo, even though negative yung number, yung makukuha mo pa rin na sagot is a positive number kapag even yung exponent. So let's say you have this example here, no? Yung fourth root of the quantity negative 12 raised to 4. So even yung exponent mo dito. So you just have to take the absolute value of 12, which is 12. So even though negative yung nasa loob ng radical symbol, since even yung exponent natin, the answer is positive. And then for odd root of an odd power, so let's say you have the the fifth root of the quantity negative 12 raised to 5. So since add siya, the answer is a negative value. Or not necessarily a negative value, but hindi siya absolute value. So it could be a positive, it could be a negative. Unlike kapag even yung power and yung index, you will always get a positive value. So next one, rationalizing the denominator. So an equation is simpler when its denominator contains no radicals. And so rationalizing is the process of eliminating the radical in the denominator. So let's try this one, no? Paano ba magtanggal ng radical sa denominator? So let's say you have 2 over square root of 2. So yung goal natin dito is matanggal yung square root of 2 sa baba. Or basically matanggal yung mga merong square root sa denominator. So what we can do is, we have to multiply the numerator and the denominator by this factor, yung square root of 2 mismo. Kasi square root of 2 times square root of 2, so rows of power, same index, you can multiply the radicand. So this is basically square root of 4. Square root of 4 is 2. Or the concept here is, magka-cancel out lang yung radical symbol if you multiply it by itself. Okay? So sa numerator natin nun, we'll have 2 square root of 2. And then dito, cancel out lang yung radical sign. So it will become 2. So we can cancel out 2 pa dito, no? So final answer is square root of 2 na lang. So next naman, if uh, merong medyo complicated na radical, like for example, this one, what we can do is, we can convert it muna into fractions na exponents. So for example, 5 over the cube root of 5. So we can rewrite it as 5 over 5 raised to 1/3. Ngayon, yung goal mo dito is, kailangan makakuha ka ng exponent ng 5 na whole number dapat siya para mawala yung radical symbol. Kasi basically, if your exponent is a fraction, meaning radical yung expression mo. So if your exponent is a whole number yung expression mo. So of course, you have to just copy the base. And then for the exponent, so isip kayo ng number wherein kapag inad mo sa 1/3, magiging whole number siya. So let's say 2/3, no? So we can multiply it by 5 raised to 2/3. So multiplying the numerator and the denominator by 5 raised to 2/3, we'll have, uh, sa numerator, we'll have 5 raised to 1 plus 2/3. Then sa denominator, we have 5 raised to 1/3 plus 2/3. So yung 1 na to, para mas madali siyang i-add, you can express this as 3 over 3. So yung same denominator nitong fraction. So 3 over 3 is basically equal to 1. So common denominator na sila, so mas madali na siyang i-add. So 3 over 3 plus 2 over 3, that is 5/3. And then 1/3 plus 2/3, that is basically 1. Kasi 3 over 3 is 1. So final answer would be, pwede natin siyang ibalik sa original format niya wherein merong radical. So you'll have cube root of 5 raised to 5 all over 5. Then for this one, parang same lang siya nung previous example, no? So if we have 8 over the fourth root of x raised to 6, so we can convert muna yung radical symbol. Or instead of having it in radical, we can convert it into something like this, where in fraction yung exponents natin. So you can simplify this one. So 6 over 4 is basically 3 over 2, no? So dividing both the numerator and the denominator by 2. So you'll get 3 over 2 here. So you'll have 8 over x raised to 3 over 2. Then para sa multiplier mo, so of course, copy the base lang. Then for the exponent nung base, so you have to think of a number again, wherein magkakaroon ka ng whole number if pinag-add mo yung dalawang exponent na fraction. So let's say we have 1/2 here. So x raised to 3/2. So, pag nag-add ka ng 1/2 sa 3/2, it becomes 4/2. Then 4/2 is basically a whole number. So 4/2 is 2, 'di ba? So dito you'll have to multiply the numerator and the denominator by x raised to 1/2. So in doing so, for the numerator, you have 8 times x raised to 1/2. Then for the denominator, you'll have x raised to 3/2 plus 1/2. So once again, 4/2 is basically 2. And then ito, pwede mo na siyang ibalik sa radical symbol. So you'll have 8 square root of x over x square. And then another way to rationalize radicals sa denominator is by conjugation. So if the denominator is binomial with a rational part and an irrational part, then you will need to use the conjugate of the binomial. And then the product of two conjugates results in a difference of two squares. So let's say you have 3/5 minus square root of 2. So ano yung conjugate nito? So yung conjugate nito is 5 plus square root of 2. So you just have to flip the sign, no? So yung gagawin yan, you have to multiply the numerator and the denominator by the conjugate, which is yung 5 plus square root of 2. So in doing so, you'll have sa numerator 3 times the quantity 5 plus square root of 2. Then on the denominator, you'll have the quantity 5 minus square root of 2 multiplied by the quantity 5 plus square root of 2. Then simplifying the numerator, so distribute natin yung 3. So 3 times 5 is 15. Then 3 times the square root of 2, that is 3 square root of 2. Then ito, this is difference of two squares, di ba? So this is basically a square minus b square, which is equal to a plus b, and then a minus b. So pwede natin siyang gawin. So from here, ganito yung format nito nitong denominator. Pwede natin siyang gawin ganito. Okay, so you have here yung 5. So let's say a is equal to 5, b is equal to square root of 2. So a square is basically 5 square. So that is 25. Then b square is basically square root of 2 square. So cancel out lang yung square. So it becomes 2. So that's why meron tayo ditong 25 minus 2. So difference of 2 squares lang. So further simplifying this, we'll have 15 plus 3 square root of 2 over 23. Okay. Next one is the addition and subtraction of radicals. So we can add or subtract radical expressions only when they have the same radicand and when they have the same radical type such as square root. So ibig sabihin, pag pareho yung index and then pareho yung radicand. So for example, the sum of square root of 2 and 3 square root of 2 is 4 square root of 2. So pag ganito, parang merong invisible 1 here. So it's automatically 1 here. No? Just have to add them. So they have the same index, square root, then they have the same radicand, which is 2. So you can add the number outside the symbol. So 1 and 3. So that is 4 square root of 2. So however, it is often possible to simplify radical expressions, and that may change the radicand. For example, yung square root of 18. So you can write it as square root of 2 times 9. Then pwede mo silang paghiwalayan. Or you can take square root of 9 outside the radical symbol. Square root of 9 is a perfect, or 9 is basically a perfect square kasi. So square root of 9 is 3, then multiply it by square root of 2. So therefore, if you add square root of 2 plus square root of 18, so your answer will be square root of 2 plus 3 square root of 2, or basically 4 square root of 2. So they should have the same um, radicand, and they should have the same index para ma-add mo sila or subtract. Okay, so let's have the following examples. So you'll have a raised to 2/3, then power of a power, no? Then raised to 3 over 4. So this is power of a power. We can just simply multiply the exponents here. So a, then raised to 2/3 times uh 3 over 4. So simplifying the exponent, so multiplying numerator to numerator, denominator to denominator. So 2 times 3 is 6, and then 3 times 4 is 12. So simplifying it even further, 6 over 12, that's basically 1/2. So you'll have here a raised to 1/2, or basically square root of a, no? If gusto mo ng radical symbol, or express siya in terms of radical. So same lang yun. So next one, we have the quantity x plus 15 raised to 4/3 over x plus 15 raised to 5 over 6. So properties of exponents ulit, or properties of radicals. So exponents, we can subtract yung exponents, no? So they have the same base, tapos division siya. So we can subtract the exponents here. So copy the base, and then subtract the exponents, that is 4 over 3 minus 5 over 6. Then x plus 15. So for this one, simplify lang natin siya. So identify the least common denominator. So yung LCD nito is 6. Then 6 divided by the denominator of the first exponent. So 6 divided by 3 is 2. Then times 4 is 8. Then 6 divided by 6 is 1. Then times -5 is -5. So simplifying, you'll have x plus 15. Then 8 minus 5 is 3 over 6. So 3 over 6 is basically equal to 1/2, no? So ito, equal lang siya sa x plus 15, or sorry, quantity x plus 15 raised to 1/2, or basically square root of x plus 15. So next one, we have the quantity u raised to -1 times v over v raised to -1 raised to 3. So to simplify this, tanggalin natin yung mga inverse, or yung mga negative exponents. So u raised to -1, so it becomes 1 over u, then times v. So all over v raised to -1, that is 1 over v. Then all raised to 3. Okay, simplifying this one. So 1 over u times v, that is v over u, over 1 over v, then raised to 3. And then for dividing complex fractions, no? So you can take the reciprocal of the denominator. and then multiply it sa numerator. So v over u times v over 1. So take the reciprocal of the denominator, multiply it to the numerator. Then all raised to 3. So simplifying, you have v times v, that is v squared, u times 1, that is u. Then raised to 3. Then distribute natin yung exponent. So you'll have v raised to 2, then times 3 over u, then raised to 3. So 2 times 3 is 6. So this is v raised to 6 over u raised to 3. Okay, so next example, evaluate square root of 18 plus square root of 50 minus square root of 72. So yung rule natin when it comes to adding and subtracting radicals is that they should have the same index, which sa case ng mga to, pare-pareho naman yung index nila kasi square root silang lahat. However, iba-iba yung value ng radicand nila. So yung una, 18, yung isa, 50, yung isa, 72. So basically, kapag ganyan, we cannot simply add them all together. So now we can try factoring this radicands. So for square root of 18, okay, so for square root of 18, we can rewrite it as 2 times 9. So we can rewrite it as 2 times 9, no? So 9 is a perfect square here. Then for the square root of 50, we can rewrite it as 2 times 25. So 25 is a perfect square as well. Then for the square root of 72, we can rewrite it as 36 times 2. So 36 is a perfect square. So simplifying this one, so kunin mo yung square root ng 9. Square root ng 9 is 3. So for this one, you'll have 3 square root of 2. Next, take the square root of 25. So that is 5. Then anong natira sa loob? We have 2. So next one, take the square root of 36. That is 6. Then we're left with 2 inside the radical symbol. So ngayon, pwede na natin silang i-add kasi pare-pareho na yung radicand nila or the value inside the radical symbol. They also have the same indices, no? So we can add the numbers already before the radical symbol. So 3 ito 5, and then ito -6. So 3 plus 5, that is 8. Then, ganito na lang. 3 plus 5 minus 6, then square root of 2. Which is basically 2 square root of 2. So next one, evaluate 20 square root of 72, a raised to 3, b raised to 4 times c, minus 14 square root of square root of 8 times a cubed times b raised to 4 times c. So let's try to expand this. So you have 20 for the first term. Then factoring out 72, so pwede natin siyang gawing 2 times 36, no? Since 36 is a perfect square, so malalabas natin siya sa radical symbol. For a cube, or wait lang. Let's write 36 as 6 times 6. So we have 6 times 6. Then for a cube, pwedeng sulat natin siya as a times a times a. For b raised to 4, can write it as b times b times b times b. And then c. Then minus 14 square root of, yung 8, pwede natin siyang gawing 2 times 2 times 2. Then a cubed, that is a times a times a. Then b raised to 4, ganun din. Then times c. So just like what we did earlier, i-group natin sila by 2 since square root naman tong mga to. So eto, 6 and 6, a and a, b and b, then b and b. To 2 and 2, a and a, b and b, and then b and b. So lahat ng yan, we can take them outside the radical symbol. So you can have 20 here. Then, yung 6 times 6, ilalabas natin siya outside the radical. So taking the square root of 6 times 6, that is 6. Square root of a times a, that is a. Square root of b times b, that is b. And then square root of b times b again, that is b as well. And then, anong natira sa loob? We have 2 times a. So, mayroong isang 2, mayroong isang a, then mayroong isang c. Then, minus 14, square root of, or, so minus 14. So, taking the square root of 2 times 2, that is 2. Square root of a times a, that is a. Square root of b times b, which is b. Then, another b here. So, anong natira sa loob ng radical symbol? We have isang 2, isang a, and then isang c. So, that is 2ac. So, simplifying, you have 20 times 6, that is 120. Then a times b times b. So, that is ab square, square root of 2ac. Minus 14 times 2, that is 28. Then a times b times b. So, that is ab square. Then square root of 2ac. No? So, as you can see, pareho na yung index niya. Pareho pa yung radicand. So, we can perform addition or subtraction ng radical, no? So, 120ab square minus 28ab square. So, we have 92ab square. Then, square root of 2ac. So, next one, we have to simplify the following expression. So, we have 1 over x minus square root of x square minus y square minus 1 over x plus square root of x square minus y square. So for this one, we can get their LCD. So for the LCD, so gagamitin natin pareho yung denominator. Just have to multiply the denominator. So x minus x square minus y square. Then times x plus x square minus y square. So ito yung LCD natin. And then next, just like how we simplify fractions, no? So yung LCD, i-divide natin sa denominator ng first term, then multiply it sa numerator. So the quantity x minus square root of x square minus y square times the square root of, or the quantity x plus square root of x square minus y square divided by this quantity. So x minus square root of x square minus y square. So ano yung sagot? We have x plus, so we have x plus square root of x square minus y square. then times 1, which is basically the same as this one. Then minus, doing the same with the second term. So dividing the LCD with x plus square root of x squared minus y squared. Then multiplying it by the numerator, we have x minus or ay, okay. Yeah. So x minus square root of x squared minus y squared. So quantity. Then simplify natin. So numerator muna. So we have here x plus square root of x squared minus y squared. Then distribute the negative here. So negative times x, that is negative x. The negative times negative, that is positive. So positive x, square root of x squared minus y squared. Then sa baba, this is actually difference of two squares. So, pakita natin. So you have a square minus b square is equal to a minus b, a plus b. So yung a mo dito is x, your b is x square minus y square. Then taking the square root of x, that is x square. Then square ng square root of x square minus y square. So take the square of this one. So you can cancel out the square root, no? So this is uh, x square minus x square minus y square. So ito yung denominator natin. X square minus x square minus y square. Nakuha to due to sum and difference of two squares. So simplifying it even further, so for the numerator, this is x, this is negative x, so we can cancel this out. Then dito, same index, same radicand. So x square minus y square, then x square minus y square. Pareho ng index, parehong radicand. We can add them. So this is 1 here, then this is 1 here. So we have 2 x square minus y square. And then for the denominator, we can expound or we can expand this or distribute the negative. So you have x square, then distributing the negative, so negative times x square, that is negative x square. Negative times negative y square is positive y square. So we can still simplify this. So x square minus x square is basically 0 lang to. So matitira sa baba is y square. So this is our final answer. Okay, so for the last problem, you have to simplify the square root of x minus 1 minus the square root of x plus 1 over the square root of x minus 1 plus the square root of x plus 1. So in here, since meron tayong presence ng radical sa denominator, tapos binomial, we can perform conjugate, no? Yung rationalizing by conjugate. So for the conjugate of the denominator, so kung positive to, yung conjugate nyo dapat negative yung sign. So you have x minus 1 minus x plus 1. So this will be our conjugate. So we can now multiply. So multiply natin yung numerator and the denominator by the conjugate. So this one is x minus 1, then minus, sorry, square root of x minus 1 minus square root of x plus 1. So same with the denominator, of course. Next is simplify, no? So sa numerator, so as you can see, pareho sila. So yung format nito, you can actually recall, this is the same as um, a square minus b square, or wait lang, sorry. So this is the same as a minus b, then square, is equal to, so you have a minus b square, then expanding this one, we'll have a square minus 2ab plus b square. So yung numerator, ganun yung format niya. Kasi pareho yung values natin sa numerator. Basically, if isi-simplify natin to, this is just equal to the square root of x minus 1 minus the square root of x plus 1, then square, kasi pareho sila. So, dalawa. Then sa baba, this is sum and difference of two squares. So, this is x minus 1 plus x plus 1 times the square root of x minus 1 minus the square root of x plus 1. Then for the sum and difference of two squares, no? So pwede na natin siyang palitan. Or we can expound the numerator muna. So following this format. So simplify muna yung numerator. So you have x square root of x minus 1, then square. Then yung second term niya, that is minus 2, then square root of x minus 1, square root of x plus 1. Then plus, the second term is square root of x plus 1. Then square mo siya. So all over, ito pwede siyang sum and difference of two squares. So yung a natin dito, we have square root of x minus 1. So a square niya is equal to x minus 1. Yung b natin is square root of x plus 1. So b square niya is x plus 1. So rewriting it, we'll have x minus 1 minus x plus 1. So simplifying this one, so square root raised to another square, cancel out the square root lang. So it becomes x minus 1. Then minus 2. So ito, properties ng radicals. So they have the same index and then multiplication siya. So we can multiply the radicand inside. So this is x minus 1 and then x plus 1. So pwede silang pagsamahin sa isang radical and then multiply. Then plus yung square root ng x plus 1 raised to 2. So cancel out the radical symbol lang. So you'll have x plus 1 here. Then sa baba, so you have x minus 1. Negative distribute natin. So negative x and then negative 1. So simplifying this, we have x and x here. So combining similar terms, you have x and x, you'll have 2x. And then -1, +1, cancel this out. Then -2, square root of, eto pwede natin siyang difference of 2 squares again. So, pwede itong palitan ng x square minus 1. Then all over. So, x minus x, that is 0. So, cancel this out. Then you have here -2. So, dividing, or we can factor out 2 dito sa taas. Or -2. We can factor out -2 here. So, factoring out -2, you'll have, for this term, -x. Then for this one, positive square root of x squared minus 1. Then sa baba, you'll have -2. So from here, you can cancel out -2. So you are left with -x plus the square root of x squared minus 1. Or pwede mo siyang i-rewrite such that yung negative, lalagay mo siya as a second term. So pwedeng x squared minus 1 minus x. Or square root of x squared minus 1 minus x. So that's it.